We are at the American Costco.
The reality is we all gone through this in one way or the other.
Nice. I'm excited. Now we're Costcoing.
Yourself up and try again.
So my sisters and I are at Costco for an impromptu grocery trip. I have not been to Costco in years. We've been having a lot of discussions recently about fear and how challenging it can be to overcome. So I think you should come along with us for this Costco trip, but also join in on this conversation that we have about overcoming our fear. Just to speak on my own journey with fear, I am starting to believe it's more of a concept than actual reality, because I think that the more that we buy into it, the more paralyzed we can feel by it. But if we change around our perspectives and our belief systems, we're able to flip the switch and break out of that with just actionable baby steps. Those baby steps God can do a lot with. The first little step that we take shows the trust that we have in ourselves and in Him, and He can, with that, He can do anything. So those are my 2 cents. We'll see what the twins have to say. She has the coat, the bag is secured, and she's on a mission.
Vlog?
Yes.
Sign me up.
With a little bit of wisdom. Sister date. Sorry. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Mona girl, love her a Coke.
Just a little pick-me-up.
So I saw on Instagram that Costco has $7 Nike sweats.
Yeah, it's okay. Why are you getting all of this?
Because
This is important
cute.
conversation.
It is a little chaotic in here. Mona girl, what have you learned about fear that you now hope other people who are battling or grappling with fear, which is all of us really, what do you want people to know?
I feel like the past year or so, I have been able to step out of my comfort zone more than I ever have.
Yeah, for
Plus,
sure.
starting me following a dream that I've had since a very young age, which is posting on social media.
That's so
And
cute.
even without Sydney, which she's my security blanket. And I really feel like an answer that a lot of people say that I have to disagree with at times is to just act. And the reason why I think it's so hard for people to just act is because there's obviously something stopping them from just acting, which is usually anxiety and a lack of safety that they feel.
Yeah.
And I really had to take a look at, okay, why am I so comfortable now stepping out of my comfort zone versus a year ago, 2 years ago? What was the difference between now and then? And the answer was community. Because I was able to kind of like step out of a place of isolation and into a place where I felt seen and known by people who felt safe. My environment was a lot safer. My physical environment was a lot safer. So I was able to take more risks because of the stability that I felt like I had. So I think that it's not always just acting. Sometimes you have to get into a place where your nervous system can be regulated, and then you are able to create risk because you come from a stable place in your body.
I love that. That for me is what's been key. That regulation, learning how to regulate my nervous system. Sorry. I never realized how dysregulated I operated from the place that I operated from.
Yeah.
And that sense of safety was like my first step.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's an ongoing journey.
But then you're like beating yourself up because you're kind of operating from a place of survival and then still trying to pursue your dreams and not wondering why you're not getting anywhere when it's really an order to it.
Yes.
You have to feel safe and secure to then follow your dreams, but you can't follow your dreams when you're in survival mode. That's out of order.
Because you want to heal from within, and then the overflow is what you get to share with the world.
Precisely, the overflow.
I need to get that ground beef.
I'm getting ground beef. Get the organic.
Okay.
This is one of the happiest places in the world. The Disney adults say it's Disneyland, but I don't think you're a real adult until you switch out Disneyland for Costco membership. Can I get an amen?
Have you had Wagyu before?
No.
Ever since we went to Japan, this changed my life. So now anytime
Wait, should I get that instead of the organic?
I would say yes.
All right, hold
but
on.
it's not as healthy. So
That's okay.
depends.
Ground beef isn't that healthy anyway. What Taylor says goes.
Naturally.
What is this going to do for you? But I like her for a little sandwich.
You could try the tiger's blood. Mine is mango. Eye of the tiger. This is what you call a Simone jacket. Oh, you know what you had to do? I want to be on top. Okay, now we have the other twin sister who is also learning about overcoming fear. Where are you at in your journey, and what would you share with others and how to overcome fear?
It's difficult because where I think I've overcome fear, it's come back, and I have to remember that it's not like a one thing that you overcome.
Yeah, does
once.
anyone ever overcome fear?
No, but there's times and seasons where it's more intense than it is in others, and I don't know if that's because there's certain triggers of your trauma or your past come up, and that is supposed to be an indicator of where you can do more healing. But also I really enjoy and resonate with the quote that fear is like a mile wide puddle, but an inch deep.
Yes.
And so it oftentimes, if you're an overthinker like me, it's going to appear and seem a lot scarier than it is as you're thinking about it, rather than just taking action, or even if the problem that you're foreseeing is in front of you. So when the actual situation is in front of you, it's not as scary as it seems. But as an overthinker and somebody who tries to control everything in order to like feel a sense of control and understanding of the situation, our brain and feelings lie to us. So we can't listen to that fear that the enemy is constantly trying to spill into our hearts and our ears. We have to kind of push on and try to find the truth. I think fears a lot of the time are attached to like lies that the enemy is whispering in you, and those can be those repetitive lies that he knows work on you. So a good practice that I'm learning is to acknowledge the little lies that you're being told that are repetitive, and then counter that with the same affirmations. So if you have a fear of man and being rejected, then you would pair those with the equal and opposite affirmation. I am loved, I am worthy, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and I can do hard things too. I am safe because God is our protector. Even if the circumstances are really hard in front of us, you can overcome because he's overcome everything that you've gotten through to this point.
Say
You've
that.
never failed or fallen.
Say that.
And if we have fallen, it's a little scrape on the knee and we get back up.
Yeah.
Get yourself up and try again.
If at first you don't succeed,
Oh, it's Dusty.
you should. Because I started singing, I'm like, wait, that's not the right line actually. Fear can also be perceived more than it is reality, and I don't think we should get caught up in the big giant that we're creating in our mind before the giant is right in front of us. Because when it's right in front of us, the giant is this big, and we could just be like,
it looks like a mountain and it's a little hill, like a tiny little bump in the road.
Yes. Yeah. So I feel like we do kind of build things up because the fear makes things scarier than reality every time.
It's so good. That can also coincide with fear that you're behind. So maybe you're not stuck, but maybe that's the season that God has you in. You're in a season of rest and healing. You're not supposed to move.
Yep.
You're supposed to just be right now. And at the ordained time, as Tay was saying, when the actual thing at hand comes up, it won't be an issue. Don't feel bad or try to shame yourself out of that. A lot of the times, part of the process and the beauty of becoming and the success that you feel, you have to appreciate the moments of this stuckness or this writer's block, because it's all part of the same blessing, essentially.
And then it becomes part of your testimony, because we all relate, in especially in adversity and pain, and to be able to tell somebody, I've been there, I know what that feels like, look at me now. When you come to the other side of it, it's like priceless. Really, nothing gives somebody hope, I think, like your own testimony. Yeah,
because it feels so isolating when you're in it.
It does.
Fear also makes you think that you're only
You're
person who's
alone.
ever done it. Literally alone in it. And it's like, hey, no, the reality is we all gone through this in one way or the other. Thanks for listening to our Costco TED Talk.